Two cables meet inside one small box, and joining them safely is the whole game. This is how to wire a junction box, the accessible, protected splice that extends a circuit the right way. On screen is the finished junction box wiring diagram, lit up and working. A cable in, a cable out, and a spur, all bonded together. Stay with me. You'll learn what the box is really for, and the 3 ways to join the wires. Then the one rule that keeps you safe, and how to build the whole thing live. So what is a junction box, really? Less glamorous than it sounds, and that's exactly the point. It's a protective enclosure where 2 or more cables are joined and then left reachable. Here is the rule that drives everything about it. You can never just twist wires together and bury them inside a wall or a ceiling. A proper joint has to do 3 things. It has to stay accessible, so it can be inspected or repaired later. It has to be enclosed, so a loose strand or a spark stays contained. And it has to be protected from strain, from heat, and from physical damage. That is the whole job of the box. It turns a fragile splice into a safe, inspectable connection point. Skip it, and a hidden joint quietly becomes a fire risk you can't even find. Quick pause. The exact junction box diagram in this video is free to open in your browser at CircuitDiagramMaker app. No install, no sign up. The link is in the description. Open it and follow along. Right? How you actually join the wires. There are 3 common ways to make the connection inside the box. All of them beat a twist of tape. First, the terminal block, a strip of screw terminals, often called choc-block. You strip each wire, slide it into the barrel, and tighten the screw down onto it. Cheap and easy to read at a glance. Second, push-in lever connectors, the Wago style. You strip the wire to the gauge mark, lift the little lever, push the copper in, and snap the lever shut. Fast, reusable, and completely tool-free. Third, common in the US and Canada, the twist-on wire nut. You hold the stripped ends together and twist the cap down until it bites and grips. All 3 do the same job. A firm, gas-tight joint that won't loosen or overheat. Pick one and use it properly. Now the rule that keeps the whole thing safe. Join like to like. Line connects to line. Neutral connects to neutral. Earth connects to earth. You never, ever mix them. Never align wire into the neutral group. Picture the box as 3 separate meeting points, 1 for each conductor. Every incoming line joins the other lines, and only the lines. Same for the neutrals. Same for the earths. And the earth matters most of all. Every earth wire, from every cable and every metal enclosure, must be bonded together and carried straight through the box. That unbroken continuity is what lets a fault trip the breaker, instead of sitting live on something you can touch. Break the earth, and you've quietly broken the protection. Let's wire a real one. Say you're extending a lighting circuit through the box. A cable comes in. That's your supply. Line, neutral, and earth. A second cable leaves the box, carrying the circuit onward. And a third cable spurs off to a new light or new socket. Inside, you sort them into groups. All the lines into one connector. All the neutrals into another. All the earths into a third. 3 tidy groups and nothing crossing over. Every cable gets clamped where it enters, so a tug pulls on the outer sheath, never on the joints. And don't overfill the box. Crammed connectors trap heat, and you'll never get the lid back on. One classic version is the 3-plate or loop-in junction. The same idea, built right into a ceiling rows above the light. One safety line before we build. Always isolate the circuit first at the breaker and keep every junction accessible. This video explains the diagram. For real installations, follow your local electrical codes and use a qualified electrician. Now let's see it live in a browser. This is the free editor at CircuitDiagramMaker app with a residential circuit open. Every place 2 wires meet here is a splice. And in a real wall, that splice lives inside a junction box. Trace one branch, supply in through the breaker, out to the load, and the neutral home to ground. Every wire here is a real electrical connection, not just a drawing. Select any part, and its properties appear on the right. And you can build your own junction. Search the library, breaker, junction box, light fixture, ground. Click to place each one. Then press W for the wire tool and click pin to pin. Cable into the box on one side, out to the loads on the others, earth carried through. The wires route themselves at clean right angles. So here's the whole thing one more time. A junction box is an accessible, protected splice, never a buried twist of wire. Join like to like, line to line, neutral to neutral, earth to earth. Carry the earth straight through, unbroken. Clamp every cable, and don't overfill the box. Get those right, and a junction box is genuinely simple. Just a safe, tidy meeting point for wires. Want it to stick? Open the same diagram free in your browser, build a junction of your own, and wire it until every connection makes sense. The link is in the description. No install, no credit card. Wiring the light switch, the plug, or the wall socket on the end of that spur next. Watch those, they're linked. And subscribe for a new wiring diagram explained every week. See you in the next one.